Hello, this is Grindie Darlings, and I'm Richard Wright. What's Grindie Darlings? Well, it's a podcast that takes panel shows, quiz shows, improv comedy shows, and chucks it into a massive blender with professional wrestling and a little bit of salt to enhance the wrestling flavour. It's a comedy, improv, panel quiz show called Grindie Darlings about wrestling. Hello and welcome back to Grindie Darlings. It's your weekly quizzy, improv-y, panel-y show sort of thing about wrestling. We haven't come up with a full description. You know what it is. It's quizzy, improv-y stuff. It's good times. It's a lot of fun. Please listen. I am joined by three guests today. I'm joined by Chester Constable. Hello, Chester. How are you?
Hello. Thanks very much for having me.
Excellent. I'm joined by Danny Ward.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm joined by a fellow Wrestle Club UK podcast host, one of the fluffy boys. I'm joined by Ibs. Hello.
Come on. Hello. How we doing? My throat's just gone as soon as you've said.
Classic.
Hi.
Yes. So, the way this works, you've got various numbers of rounds, and the players will earn points through those rounds, some for their knowledge and some arbitrarily assigned by myself. And then what happens is, every time you appear on the podcast, you earn those points. They rack up onto our league table during season 1. The top 3 people will go through to the final to compete for an actual championship title belt,
Oh,
which
Okay.
I am assured is arriving tomorrow.
What happens to the bottom 3? Is it they never podcast again?
They're never allowed back on again. No,
I
exactly.
must retire. Lose track.
you should
To
do
the
a,
indies you go.
you should do a relegation special.
Yeah, they had like a playoffs. Yeah.
Nice. So, before we start, as wrestling fans, we love a scoop or a news story. But as you record these in advance, we start with the news that might be happening when you listen to this episode. Vince McMahon is starting his own all-female wrestling promotion where the champion gets to win their lawsuit. TNA Wrestling officially signed the concept of bad ideas to a lifetime contract. It previously been there since day one, but without contracts. Hiroshi Tanahashi agrees to wrestle Cena in his final year, but due to a massive admin blunder in the New Japan office, Tanahashi is forced to appear at a leisure centre in Portsmouth wrestling the UK's James Cena. Who is a real thing if you're not aware of James Cena.
James Cena.
There is a UK indie wrestler called James Cena who wrestles like John Cena, wears all John Cena's type merch. It's incredible.
That used to be like when I was younger, when they used to have the wrestling come through.
Tribute shows.
Well, no, it was just like, Plymouth Championship Wrestling. There'd be like the Gravedigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. UK Undertaker was famous. Famously bad. So that's our headlines. And now we're going to get on to...
Tanahashi would love the outlet store.
Oh, wouldn't he?
In
Have a great time.
Portsmouth.
I was going to say, how easy is it to see James Cena at the
Yeah,
office?
do you know what I mean?
Is he,
There's a few promotions he works for.
he has been spotted.
Pretty visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see.
Yeah.
Can't
That's
see
it,
it.
yeah.
He's
Can't
in
see
the
it. At a
hood.
very reasonable rate.
Yeah, it's very affordable.
Very affordable.
That's what he puts in his emails. He just went, I like Mr. John Cena.
I am very affordable.
Easy to
I'm
see.
available.
Yeah.
It's
I would
incredible.
like to be seen.
And having watched the highlights video, I'm not sure his STF isn't actually better. Do you know what I mean?
How many of the 5 moves do
Does them all. Does them all.
Yeah, can you do
Rocks
that?
all the
Leg
moves.
drop from the top. Does he do that more comfortably than Cena does?
I've just pulled him up online. His tagline is "You won't see me."
Oh, there you go. There you go. So if he doesn't get email responses being like, this book, he's like, good, it's my gimmick. Good.
He was
I'm winning.
due to be on at the Fratton Community Centre.
No.
So that is Portsmouth, isn't it?
My favorite thing that I found from his Instagram is he had a mixed tag match with a Jane Cena,
Yeah.
which is just like
John and James.
John and
That's-
Jane Cena.
Has to be a Jane.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
Can't be Ian Cena.
Ian C.
Yeah, can't be Ian Cena. That's the classic joke, right?
Yeah, it's always Ian, isn't it? Yeah, Ian. So we got a little warm-up round. I will give you a pro wrestling championship. You just tell me who the current champion is.
Shit.
Oh,
Are we allowed to swear on this, Richard?
Yes, of course you are.
Okay, cool.
So the first champion is WWE SmackDown Women's Champion.
Tiffany Stratton. Oh, okay.
Yep, that's
Well-
fine. To be shouting.
I,
You
yeah,
said- yeah.
Yeah.
We all get a point.
Stratton, yeah.
Should we have a buzzer? Or...
No, just I'm gonna get when you write. I'll get you to write them down. But this is just a warm up round.
Oh,
Shout
okay.
them out.
Okay, sure.
Shout them out. ROH World Heavyweight Champion
Oh, that's I know that is-
Jericho.
Jericho. Jericho.
Yeah.
Seeing as I realised we need to write these down. We're discovering the format as we go through these episodes, guys. That's what we're doing. But don't worry about this last one. We'll just keep going. But you realise as soon as you get one right, everyone else is going to get it right. WWE Intercontinental Champion
Braun Breaker.
Braun Breaker is correct.
Is it not Chelsea Green? No, it's the other one. Fuck
yeah,
it. No, I got that wrong.
Valkyria.
It's Lyra
You're trying-
Valkyria. Yeah, I'm trying to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to be different.
That's the.
Mm.
Oh well, then if you're going to give that your
Yeah.
answer, then
You didn't.
Oh wait, is that? Whoa, hold on.
United States.
that's
Hold
your
on.
answer.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green is the women's United States, and
No.
the women's.
Survivor
They
Kim
can't-
is
Hey, well, it's a warm up, innit? I'm warming up.
Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Lyra Valkyria.
Oh.
And the fact that you did that, you know that's Valkyria.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised that they gave it to her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, she's good.
But she's a bit. Yeah.
Somebody tagging.
I wasn't convincing in that. I really
She's got
like.
the ricochets. She's got the ricochets. As in, like, she's good, but you're like, meh.
Yeah, they've got to maybe like.
I forget her name now. Who was in the final with her? The
To
Australian.
Dakota Kai.
That's who I-
She's
I thought Dakota Kai would win.
I thought
New
I was
Zealander.
gonna win. Oh, is she from New Zealand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Team kicking it.
So, before we move on, let's introduce the bonus cards.
Right.
These are cards that a player can use to get an advantage. There are 4 different types of cards, and they can all only be used once.
Oh, wow.
So I'll get you to write down on one of your cards, giving you 4 cards,
Oh, yeah.
and just write down on there. So you've got Hot Tag.
Oh, nice.
You can use this card to have another player answer your question, but they don't have to get it right.
Oh.
Oh, good.
Second card is Botch. If you can play this card before another player answers, they automatically get it wrong. We've got third card is Kip Up. Kip Up. Play this and you get a very, very, very basic trivia question worth 5 points. And the final card is Kick Out. If you give an answer, but you suddenly realize you are wrong, you can play this before you answer. Before I give the answer, you can change your answer.
Doesn't actually tell me about this now.
Is Kip Up based on Billy Gunn's TNA persona, Kip Sabian?
Kip James.
Kip Sabian.
I'm Kip James, bitch.
AEW.
Yes. Oh, yes.
So, question number 1 takes the form of name that wrestler. I will give you 3 clues to the identity of a wrestler. Just tell me who they are. Get it on the first clue, you get 3 points. Second, 2, and last clue, 1 point. You can only answer once, so be careful when you guess.
All right.
I'll get you to write it down.
Remind me what's Kip Up again?
Could I interfere and just say, I think your microphone should just be a little bit.
Yeah, if you
Oh,
want.
might be a bit quiet.
Well, yeah, you're not as loud as the other guys in my headphones.
Yeah,
Is that better?
that is
Cool.
better.
There we go.
Okay. So, clue number 1. He was born in 1970 in New York because his dad was an ice hockey player. Okay, who wants to answer after the first clue by any chance?
I don't.
Okay.
I do.
I'll let you answer.
It's Mr. Y2J Chris Jericho.
And
I mean, yeah, I put the same thing.
Richard, just for the interest of fair play, I wouldn't have known that, so
fair enough. That is
I don't want to win this the wrong way.
That's very good of you.
I'm a baby face.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not how you get ahead in this business.
No, it's not.
I wouldn't have known that at all. I thought he was born in Canada. He's Canadian, right?
He's Canadian. His dad was an ice hockey player, and he moved to Winnipeg. He grew up in Winnipeg, but he was technically born in New York.
Okay.
Okay, we got through that one quite quickly. Question number 2. This question is called Mania What? I give you the main event, and you just tell me what the WrestleMania is.
Oh.
So the main event is John Cena versus The Miz. Give me a second to write it down. Okay. And what is your answer, Chester?
WrestleMania 27.
What is your answer, Danny?
31.
27.
The answer is WrestleMania 27.
I'm well out of my depth here.
I have voices in my head.
I can't believe
He
I
don't
can't remember
matter
John
clear.
Cena versus The Miz. Oh my god! I don't think you're alone there. Yeah.
That's okay. So bonus point. Who did The Undertaker face at WrestleMania 27? Okay, let's go around the other way first. You ready, Ibs?
HBK the first time.
I had Ric Flair.
Triple H the second time.
It is Triple H.
Ooh.
I've watched that match a ton of times. I think it probably is my favorite Undertaker streak match.
Interesting.
Overall. Yeah, I mean, I love that the Hell in a Cell they did the following year was also very good.
Yeah.
But I just think that match in particular was the closest, really, he came to you thinking, oh, God, he is going to lose this. I really do think that is the closest he came when he's getting the hell beaten out with the chair. And it's like he's just falling down. Stay down. What the hell's wrong with you?
Also, it's Triple H. You were like,
yeah, exactly. You're like, if anyone's
Yeah.
going to get it done or like convince management you should take it, it's going to be him. So,
this one is more of a sort of Price is Right rule. Closest without going over gets a point. How many workers on the Mania 27 card are still active in-ring wrestlers with the WWE? Closest without going over.
Mania 27.
Mania 27.
That's a good question. Mitch.
Active.
Active.
Okay.
In-
As of now.
As of now.
I know. Yeah.
Okay. Good clarification. Good clarification. And it's only with WWE. We're not looking for active in general.
If I've pulled this off.
I know. I'm so impressed.
Yeah.
I can't, yeah.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So, Danny.
I've guessed 5.
I've guessed 8.
8.
I've gone with 6.
And that point goes to Chester because it is 12.
Yes!
Oh.
I can't even name 8. I was like, I can name about 7.
There's that Battle Royal.
Oh, for God. They were doing those Andre the Giant. Oh, no, Andre the Giant one wasn't there.
No, but there was a Battle
It was
Royal.
like everybody
It was
gets
a Battle Royal.
It was like
And it's
Titus
got like
O'Neil, one of them. In,
no, it's got like the Usos are in the Battle Royal.
I
and
forgot
all
about
that
the
sort of
Usos.
stuff.
Jesus. Yeah.
So wait, hang on. Didn't they just have WrestleMania 40?
41's this year, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
41.
So that's 13 years ago.
Yeah.
It's got like Sheamus, Miz, Cody, Mysterio,
Cody,
Orton,
of
Cena,
course,
Punk,
Miz.
and then I'm running out after that. I can't.
Miz.
let's-
Cena,
what?
technically.
Let's
Well, maybe.
Would you
what
count
about
Michael Cole?
R-Truth?
Would Michael Cole count? He did wrestle at that Mania, of course.
I don't think maybe I did. Let's have a quick look.
It's Jerry Lawler's only WrestleMania matches.
Losing
to
in
Michael Cole.
an insanely long match.
With an
Michael Cole.
orange singlet.
Yeah, it goes like 14 minutes. And
The
like,
Dark Ages.
Yeah, well, Michael Cole was the hottest heel in the business at the time. He was
so
the Logan Paul of WrestleMania 27.
Oh my God. We've come a long way.
yeah.
So Sheamus
Yep.
beat Daniel Bryan. Then there was a 23-man battle royal, which Great Khali won. That was they were both pre-show things. Then of course you've got no one there. Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio fought at that Mania. Kofi Kingston is in the match.
Oh yeah, Jesus, yeah.
We're not counting Wade Barrett, even though he's on commentary.
Okay, so
Randy Orton and CM Punk fought at that Mania.
yeah.
And then what was it?
Miz and Cena.
The Miz and Cena. But then in the Battle Royal, you've got R-Truth, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso. Maybe I did count.
No, and The Rock.
Drew
technically.
McIntyre's in that Battle Royal.
Drew McIntyre, is he 3-man band yet, or is he just Drew still?
I don't remember if he's three. I think he's 3-man band at this point.
With the Cody Rhodes Rey Mysterio match at the time, I remember this WrestleMania quite well because I was watching it with my friends and we were playing drinking games per match. And for Rey Mysterio Cody Rhodes, we played every time Rey Mysterio's feet leave the floor, we drink.
Oh.
And we were hammered within a minute. It was like, because obviously it was a stupid one to pick. Like every time Rey Mysterio goes on the top right, or like just as a springboard, it's like bang bang. So, but the rest of the Mania, we were quite blurry on the details. It was.
Was it definitely a rewatch in the morning?
No, yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
Yeah.
we would have stayed up to watch it. No, it was. Yeah, I remember
Those days of staying up, watching it in real time are long gone
Oh
for me.
God, yeah.
Do you remember that WrestleManias they went through a period of being like 8 hours long, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we
It's
got.
just
That's why we
madness.
went to 2 nights of Mania. I book the Monday. I book the Monday off work.
Yeah.
So I can sit up and watch.
Doing that. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm actually. It's Easter Monday. Thank God this year.
Oh, is it
So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I've done
awesome.
the
So
that's
because last year we actually got the Wrestle Club UK gang got an Airbnb.
Yeah,
Oh, nice work.
smart.
Yeah, we went to the watch along party
Yeah.
on the Saturday night, which was a lot of
Where
fun.
was that?
Just off Covent Garden.
Yes.
Yeah, it was really good. Hooked on Wrestling. The issue they're going to have now, I don't know they're going to get to do them anymore because obviously everything's gone onto Netflix, and so the licensing with that has changed.
Oh, okay.
So Hooked on Wrestling don't think they're going to be able to do live watch-along events anymore, which is a real shame because they were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Me and Mark Cram nearly won the pre-quiz.
Really?
Yeah,
That's nice.
lost by a point.
Oh,
What was the name of the team that beat you?
Oh, I don't remember that.
Okay.
What was your name?
I don't remember that either.
he was playing the drinking.
I think we went with. I think we did actually just go with Wrestle. I think we went with the
okay,
podcast name
That's sensible. Yeah.
to advertise.
Brandon Richards and Paul.
Yeah.
It is. So round 3. This one is called "Close the Stable Door."
Nice.
They're all got really cheesy
I
names.
love it,
I
I
don't
love
care. I will give you names. This round, 3 names. It's a relatively simple question. This one, you just have to tell me the stable. So I'll read the 3 names and you write down the name of the stable. Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan.
If there is some TNA faction that we haven't,
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Evil is.
No, there isn't, is there?
No, Hogan was not in the band. If you remember that TNA stable. Let's go, Chester.
NWO.
Yep, Danny.
NWO.
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 The
Everyone.
New World Organization, famously.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when it was first introduced, it was the New World Organization of Wrestling, brother. It was like,
and wow.
Yeah.
And wow. It should have been great.
well, we need to rename that. I think when they show it now, they don't show him like saying it on that night. They show it on the nitro. They show the nitro bit where he says the right name.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Whose side is he on?
He's-
No,
Which
I've
I
seen a few of
hate.
them actually. I've seen a few of them. I think they've still got it from Bash at the Beach, but they've like dubbed it with. What
Yes,
he
I think
says
they've
in
dubbed
that,
it. Yeah, they've dubbed it. That's what they've done. I didn't like. I get it because like Heenan famously always hated Hogan,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I did think it tipped it a little bit.
Yeah.
Whose side is he on? Shut up, Bobby.
I didn't go to me. That's why he did it. I thought he just wanted to be like, oh god, he's always one step ahead of us.
Yeah.
He's always so clever with the creators.
So closest without going over, and this is if anyone in the comments or anything wants to email me and tell me this is wrong, I'm happy to accept it. But we'll go with the answer that I've figured out. Close without going over. How many members in total did the NWO have?
Oh come on.
All iterations of the NWO. And honestly, this was so hard to find out.
Are we allowed to? Am I allowed to ask? You can cut this question out. Does that include the LWO?
No.
It's got to be N. It's got to be the
NWO.
NWO.
So we're talking NWO, Wolfpack, Black and White, 2000, WWE
Are
version.
we including the BW?
No,
Oh, balls.
because there are members on
Because like
the
Dennis Rodman.
Wikipedia list has everybody, but there are people that I look at them and go like, you've not listed them. And they definitely were introduced as members right towards the end of the NWO life cycle.
Oh, I'm going to be way wrong. I've already read it. I can't be bothered to rub it up. I'm going to be way off. Because they had like people from Japan and stuff, didn't they? Yeah. They were technically in it.
Yeah.
Never on. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's an insane number.
Okay. Well, I already know.
Oh, can I change one?
No, you got to answer.
We're here.
Let's go, Chester.
37.
37,
I went 32.
32.
45.
The closest out going over is yeah. As best as I can tell, it's 53.
Jesus Christ.
That's an NFL roster.
That's an
That's
entire...
an actual NFL roster.
That's more people than like any wrestling video
Because
game.
like the NWO Wikipedia list of members doesn't include they did a segment. The last members technically to enter the NWO before WWE shot was like Pamela Paulshock and Tylene Buck and two others as the NWO girls.
Wow.
Wow.
What's the name of that motorcycle gang that they were with for a bit? It was like the Hell's Angels. Weren't they like technically members of the NWO or something? Because they were like for that early '99 phase.
Hey, I still got the point.
Yeah, because it lists like you've got like people forget about like Dusty Rhodes is technically a member of the NWO, stuff like that. It was an insane amount of people.
That reminds me of like when I go to like African weddings and like my aunties or uncles go, "This is your cousin," and you're just like, "Yeah, I guess so." That's like the same. That's the same energy. like, okay, yeah, Wolfpack, yeah. All right.
That's how Vincent feels at every wedding.
Yes,
It's like being in the NWO.
yeah, you did it to me too. It's like, oh, okay, fuck. Sorry.
I argue if I'm at a party, any party ever, I have second cousin energy.
Yeah.
I'm just over there going like, oh, that guy, yeah, sure. He's here, I guess. So, talking the points from the first round, Ibs, you have 6.
Yeah.
Danny, you have 4.
Oh.
And Chester has 8. We are now moving into the mid-card of the show.
Uh-huh.
There's one
Nice.
section of this mid-card in this episode. It's called Breaking Character.
Mm.
Each player will give 2 wrestling-based facts about themselves. One will be true, one will be a lie. The players will decide which is true. I'll give you a second to write on your board what you're...
Yep.
So, Chester, let's hear your 2 facts first.
Okay, so we have, I once met John Cena at Motorway Services, and I have never seen a Jeff Jarrett singles match from start to finish.
Okay, interesting.
But who
Danny,
has?
let's get your 2.
I once tapped R-Truth on the bicep in the O2 in London in 2007.
Nice.
I got Typhoon's autograph at a house show in Exeter in 1994.
Fantastic.
That's excellent.
Okay.
Ibs.
I was allowed to watch wrestling because my mum had a crush on big, sexy Kevin Nash.
Nope.
Oh, nice.
I thought my name was Farouk because of the wrestler Farouk. Therefore, I named all my goldfishes Farouk.
Okay, so feel free to ask questions and to get to
What
the bottom of
services
it.
was it?
It was in Manchester. I couldn't tell you the name of the services, but I know it was in Manchester. That it was.
Why was it just him and his own? Was it?
Yeah, so we had gone to see a show in Manchester.
What
and-
show?
Say again?
What show?
It was SmackDown.
Okay.
And he was on the show, and we had gone into my dad had gone into the services to get whatever it was, and then we had about to leave, and then we saw him signing autographs in the car park. So then he drove his car and like wound his window down. My dad went, "Cena!" And then Cena had to sort of stop, making kids' dreams come true and talk to my dad. And he was very good though, because that was early, 2005. So I think he's only just become like the guy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he was very good. He was very charming. He was like, "Hey, thanks for coming out, man." And I would have been like 13, 14, so I'm nervously doing his. I know his podcast. I'm doing the John Cena low hand signal, like shakily. Like,
I was suspicious of this, and now I believe it.
yeah, I talked too much, didn't I? I got.
And also, you've definitely watched TNA pay-per-views.
How dare you?
It's not an insult.
Nah.
It's not an insult.
No,
Yeah, you were watching the Wrestling Channel era, TNA.
Yeah, you watch your
Yeah,
challenge.
come on.
Yeah, well, I've seen like Samoa Joe and Daniels and Styles, and I've seen the Ultimate X, which, to the best of my knowledge, Jeff Jarrett was never in. But I've not seen, the main events of that period was, Jeff Jarrett, Kevin Nash, and or Sting Jarrett, all these sort of like retread WCW matches. So I wouldn't bother watching them. Am I allowed to count or say that the Hulk Hogan Bash at the Beach match with Jarrett doesn't count because it wasn't a match. It was Jarrett lying down.
Oh, yeah.
So I've seen that. I haven't seen the Jeff Jarrett Booker T match afterwards.
Oh, okay.
But I have.
Why is that not considered a match?
Because Jeff Jarrett lies down in the ring and
No,
Hogan.
I know, but like the bell rang. This was Russo era. The game was the game.
It wasn't a competitive like Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, now it's a competitive.
No.
It wasn't like I've never seen Jeff Jarrett put someone in a chin lock for 2 minutes. You know, I've never seen, which is the dream.
Okay, what about Attitude Era WWE when he fought China?
Oh, have you seen that? I've seen him put the makeup lady in the figure 4 leg lock in the backstage. That was the time he was putting everyone in the figure 4. I will say this also, like I watched on the network. I watched all those matches back because as a kid I didn't have Sky Sports, so I wouldn't have watched those Raws at the time. So I've watched all of this stuff back in my 20s on WWE Network. I watched like Nitro, then Raw, Nitro, then redid the Monday Night War essentially. And I had already decided that I didn't really like Jeff Jarrett, and I don't particularly like him. Whenever his matches came up, I would make a point of not watching them. And I don't know what damage that does to his career by having one guy in Britain not watch his matches, but I was like, I'm not watching these. I refuse to watch them. I don't know. It's the sort of thing that I think I was overreacting.
You made Jeff Jarrett cry.
Yeah, I'm sure I would. Yeah. But I am not a fan of Jeff Jarrett.
Okay. I have my ideas.
I also have my ideas.
All right.
Any more questions for anyone?
Oh yeah.
You've still got 2 people.
Oh, okay. Typhoon.
Oh yeah.
So you spoke to Typhoon.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
I once tapped R-Truth on the bicep in the O2 in London.
Where? How?
Well, actually, it was during his entrance. He came in through the crowd, not through the ramp, but through the walkway. And I just I was on the the floor area, about 8 rows from the front. And
how much were tickets?
My friend bought these.
All right. As a birthday gift?
It was at the time he had a bit of a scam going with eBay. And he had a friend in Thailand he had access to his eBay account. I'd best not.
Okay, very
Yeah, fair enough. Understandable.
Suffice to say, we went. I got these tickets. Went along, and he was rapping. And I turned around, didn't know where he was, and there he was, and I just went, gave him the old tap on the bicep.
I thought it was punching for some reason. I don't know why you would.
How did his bicep feel?
He was fucking massive.
Yeah. Is it the biggest bicep you have felt? Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Was little Jimmy with him?
No, this is. Yeah. I think this was before Little Jimmy days. This is, I say 2007. I think it was,
would be. Yeah.
It was.
Is he yet? I think he's just joined, isn't he?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I potentially got the year wrong, but I'm trying to work out in my head. It was the O2. It was the O2 in London. And the other time, and then when Typhoon, this was back in '94, when me and my mum went to Exeter. I got brought up in Plymouth and went to Exeter, a house show. And I remember we turned up and the Undertaker was meant to be there, but his wife had just had a child, so he didn't turn up. And it was very much a B show.
Oh boy.
Maybe a C show. But I couldn't have cared less because I was like 14, 13. I'm seeing, the main event was Lex Luger versus Mr. Perfect.
Oh.
And Perfect won.
Oh.
And then I remember, because it was a house show, no one cared, right? And then I remember they kept referencing that he'd never beaten Lex Luger. And I was thinking he did. He did it in Exeter.
Oh, yeah.
Back in,
Yeah.
If it didn't happen on TV, it didn't happen.
Why didn't you get Earthquake's autograph?
Earthquake wasn't there.
So it was just Typhoon went without Earthquake.
And Typhoon wrestled at the time. Typhoon wrestled Doink the Clown.
How long was the match? I mean, that's quite.
That match was colourful. Just colourful.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I was. This was the days when I was young enough to think, how do they must come on separate coaches, otherwise they'd just be fighting on the way to.
Those are logical.
Those are the days.
But in fairness, at that point, I think there legitimately was still the separate coaches.
Yeah. So and then I was just there, got close enough to the little rampway. It was just like a curtain, a tiny little curtain in a rampway. It wasn't those days. It was really basic.
And Typhoon is also the Shockmaster, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess at that time
he fell on his arms.
You would have
free Shockmaster.
You're 13.
Free
Shockmaster. Was that after Typhoon?
Yeah.
He went to WCW after WWE, and that was he was a face there at that point. They turned good guys, didn't they?
So he would have been very nice to you.
Yeah, I mean it was very brief.
Were you nervous to meet Typhoon?
Very. And it was when
pissed him off
this
to make him become the Shockmaster.
The other thing is that we had like cameras within like 24.
Yeah.
So you had to wait a week to get the photos back from the wrestler to see if you've got a shot of him. And I've just got this sort of blurry, crunchy picture.
I think that's
So
Typhoon.
sad. So sad.
Oh, we had it hard in my day.
Yeah.
But that still goes down as one of the greatest days of my life.
And where does the
Where's
R-Truth
R-Truth
bicep
touching?
That is probably top 5.
Top 5. Top 5. It's interesting. They're both very, very plausible.
Yes,
very,
they
very
are.
plausible.
They're arguably almost too plausible, aren't they? Like,
No,
no?
that makes sense.
I played the game right.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
so. I think so.
yeah. Could be either.
Ibs, all your fish called Farouk.
Yeah.
Did they all? When did you realise that you weren't called Farouk?
Well, my middle name, no, not my middle. First part of my name is Farouk.
Okay,
Actually,
so you're
yeah.
called
So it
Farouk.
actually
Okay,
is.
there you go.
So
That's the truth.
I assumed for years that I was called Farouk because of the APA,
Yeah.
and and it kind of would made sense because my aunties watched wrestling.
Yeah.
My mum didn't watch wrestling, but it kind of made sense. They had a choice of what the name was,
Yeah.
and I had 4 goldfishes, and I
Hang
all
on.
named them.
We've trapped him.
Go.
I
She's the
thought you
Nash
said your mum fancied Kevin Nash.
But yeah, you can be a fan of Kevin Nash and not watch wrestling. I mean, are his matches wrestling? That's a very
Oh,
big, that's a very
well
big
done,
thing.
well
Just-
Interview terminated.
Okay.
14:59.
Okay, so
That was good.
if you write down what you think the answers are for the other 2 players,
Which one is right or wrong?
which one is the right answer? Which one is the truth?
That's what I love about this podcast. The names you write down. I never thought I'd write both these names down. Both these wrestling names down on the same.
Oh, that's me. I was about to write a third answer.
And I think.
You get to guess your own answer.
You hope you get that one right.
Okay, Chester, what do you think the answers
So,
are?
Ibs, I've gone with the Farouk. I think it's the truth. And I think Dan, I think your answer is Typhoon. I think is the truth.
Okay.
Danny, what are your 2 answers?
I said, John, you met John Cena. I think that's legit.
Yeah.
And I went for your name being Farouk.
Okay.
Yep. And
I'm going for John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Typhoon.
Okay.
I hope Typhoon's true.
Yeah.
I'll be so gutted, Dan. If it's not
Chester, what is the truth?
true. The truth is John Cena.
John Cena, so they both get a point.
Good.
Danny, what is true?
The truth is our truth.
Oh,
I wrote our truth.
Dan, such a good lie meeting Typhoon. I think I might have met Typhoon in 1990.
Oh, you bastard!
I'm sure he was still with the WF in 1994. That's what I was thinking. I think Shockmaster had already happened.
Hang on, let me work this out.
I think he was gone at this point.
Maybe I went because I was in year 9.
WrestleMania 10 was 94. Is Typhoon on that card?
I'm fucking fuming, bro.
It might have been 93, in which case I do apologise, gents. But I guess I wasn't trying to catch out on a technical historical lie.
No. It's our job to know. That's not true.
He was at the gig in Exeter, but I just didn't meet him.
I'm not.
Oh, nice.
I was trying to get
chose
you
not
guys
to.
on a technical because my mum did big sexy, but she liked Scott Hall a little bit more. So,
I know.
but either way, I still was
I
a last.
completely understand that.
That's the reason why she got hooked.
So wait, so it was.
No, it wasn't like no. It was more Scott Hall.
Right.
It was
So
not
and
big
your,
sexy.
and your
yeah.
fact was the.
Oh yeah, I named all my fishes Farouk because I thought my name was Farouk.
So,
And it's a different spelling as well. Like, so I'm an idiot, basically. That's all we.
Did you, when you realised that, did you at one point name the goldfish after all the members of the Nation of Domination?
No,
That's
I
the
named
question
them
I wanted to
all
ask.
just straight
Just
Farouk.
They didn't change it. You didn't go Savio Vega,
nah.
D'Lo Brown.
I wasn't
didn't-
feeling them. I wasn't feeling them dons.
you weren't going with PG-13.
No.
When they were the initial member.
If anything, I think
the
late-
lawyer, Clarence Mason.
If we still had the fish, I should have called one of them Owen just to be a vibes.
Yeah, when Owen was in there. So at the end of the mid-card section,
Good round.
Ibs, you have 7 points. Danny is now on 6, and Chester is on 9.
Ooh,
as we head into
drop some points there.
the
That's,
main event.
It's just me. Oos.
We've still got these cards here. Look, we haven't been losing our.
Oh, yeah, so much fun.
I'm just,
That happened.
I thought we had to play them when the ref wasn't looking. I thought it was
That happened. You couldn't play them any time. That happened in the first recording, episode 1. It was like hardly any, and then episode 2, when they remembered, it was just like a flurry of cards in that one. But okay, so main event time. This round is called "And Why Is It?" I will give you a question like, "Who is the greatest Hart family member?" and you reply with, "And why is it Bruce Hart?" Whatever you say is now your answer, and you must back that up and convince everyone for a point. Question. What wrestler would be the best Santa Claus and why is it? And, as always, on top of your answer, if you can guess what my answer is, you will get a point as well.
Do this person have to be alive still, Rich?
It can be any answer. There's no limitations of what the answer is. So, Chester, what is your answer?
My answer is Raven would be the best Santa Claus.
Raven is a really interesting Santa Claus.
I am going purely by logistics.
Okay.
Well, Santa, of course, carries a sack of gifts around with him.
Yeah.
And I recall specifically Raven used to push trolleys of weapons to the ring. So he's got experience with being able to carry goods in a big thing, if these words make any sense.
Okay.
I, in my head, immediately went to like that 2001 era where Raven was fighting with like Harker Holly and Steve Blackman and all those guys, going around all the arenas. So I obviously thought you could do quite a good like little video or vignette with Raven trying to deliver Christmas presents, like coming down chimneys, and then he sort of sees a little kid asleep on a sofa, and then when he goes to give the present, like the kid turns out to be Crash Holly, and then Crash Holly jumps him, and then like it's like he goes into like a cupboard and Kai and Ty are there, they start jumping him, and then he goes into another house and it's like Steve Blackman dressed as a Christmas tree or something. I was like, this could have been like a nice little Christmassy segment, I think, when Raven was trying to defend that hardcore title, 24/7 rule.
In all honesty, you said Raven.
Yeah, and then
I was like, that's a. I love Raven, but that's a terrible answer.
Yeah.
But honestly, you've done a good job of convincing that. I because I was always a massive Raven fan. And at first, I was like, Raven's a bit kind of like
dark and
moody to be Santa Claus.
Yeah.
like he would drop off the present, but first he would sit in the corner and brood for
every gift for 10 minutes in the corner of the kid's bedroom.
Do you really deserve this? Really?
And of course, at the end, he gets home, he gives all the gifts out, spends the whole evening and he gets back to the North Pole, and he would go, "What about me?" Perhaps that would be the
every present. But what about Raven?
Yeah. So I think it would work. I really do.
That's a good answer.
And any famous Scotty Polo famously came from money as well, so he could provide for the presents as well. I shouldn't have said that.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Going through his other gimmicks, I hadn't thought about that. It's interesting. Danny.
Well, I went for the two reasons: one physical, and one personality based. Same person. I went for John Tenter, who continuing the natural disasters theme, earthquake, because obviously he was built like a big Santa Claus. And also, he famously really loved kids. And when he was a heel, he hated the fact that he was scaring kids and things like that. And when he became a goodie, he absolutely loved it. And so he was playing that sort of baddie, but he always really wanted the kids to like him. So I thought that was a perfect Santa Claus. Yeah, built like one and got the love of children.
It's a brilliant answer.
It's a very sweet answer.
Ebs, what's your answer?
Mine was Bruiser Brody.
Again, another out of the box answer, but let's go for it.
Because he's got like the beard and the energy of a Santa Claus.
Yep.
But he'd be a Santa Claus that you'd go to like at the shopping centre in Wood Green 2 days before Christmas. Fat, cute. He's pissed. He's on the bevies as well.
Yep.
Like he hasn't been paid. They said they're gonna pay him after Christmas. He's annoyed, isn't it? And every kid's asking for the same shit that he don't have. So he's a begrudging Santa Claus.
He's like a Zone 6.
Yeah, Zone 6 Santa. And he was the original Santa was 2-6, so they had to get him, and he doesn't live in Zone 6. Or he does, but he lives on the other side of Zone 6, so you got to go through the centre of London.
Why am I picturing like that so clearly? I'm picturing like the hat's wonky.
Yeah.
Yep.
His coat is like open.
Yeah.
And there's just stains. He's just standing there like, next. Kids.
The thing I remember with Bruiser Brody, though, I heard it recently, is that he had a match with Lex Luger in a cage, and then he walked out of the match halfway through because like Luger wasn't selling for him, or something. So he just went, "I'm not doing this," and left. So I mean, Santa Claus. That's not a good attitude to have for a Santa Claus. It's quite a mammoth task to be delivering all the presents. So there is a risk with him that he'd be like, "I'm not doing it."
That's a good point.
Yeah.
No,
I like that we've got the sort of Santa Claus, and you've gone for the grim reality of having to be a shopping centre Santa Claus.
He's a cosy live Santa Claus.
And the beard as well alone is, but then there'll be a risk of a kid yanking that beard. It's Bruiser Brody. Or
Bruiser Brody is Okay, so I'm going to dole out some points here for that. Chester, I like Raven. I'm a big fan of Raven.
Me too.
However, I don't necessarily think that Raven's personality, if you're talking specifically about Raven, hits the Santa Claus vibe.
You didn't want to watch my my Christmas with Raven little vignette I made up.
I mean, that's very good. I like that a lot.
At every kid's house.
And that's why you're getting some points.
Oh, okay.
So you're going to get 2 points.
Okay.
2 points.
Never more.
Dos.
Ibs. For the tableau you painted, for the scene you created of Bruiser Brody being a miserable mall shopping centre Santa, just swearing at kids, drinking from a bottle in plain view of everybody, fighting security probably at some point, I'm going to give you 3 points.
Thank you.
I like the direction this is going in.
But my favourite answer is John Tenter, is Earthquake.
Yeah.
For the exact reason of, yes, he kind of naturally looks more like Santa than the other two. And yeah, as you say, he did hate being a hero. He's a very lovable guy with a big heart. And I think he'd be a great Santa. So you're getting 5 points.
Yes. He's back in it.
There we go.
Thanks, John.
And now, for a bonus point, who did you think I would say as my answer? You can just say it if you want.
I would have guessed the obvious, Mick Foley.
Braun Strowman.
Strowman is a good shout.
I was going to say Big Boss Man.
Big Boss Man, okay. I did go incredibly obvious. I did go with Mick Foley.
Oh, no.
He loves Christmas.
Because Mick Foley loves Christmas. Christmas all year round at Mick Foley's house.
Is it?
He loves Christmas. He's massive on Santa Claus.
Yeah.
He's been Santa for WWE a number of times, I think.
Yeah. I remember did you watch the what's it called, that Osborne style thing, but it was Mick Foley's
Holy
family.
Foley.
Holy Foley. I think the first episode, like, he sat in his Santa room.
Yeah.
He brings his eldest in and goes, "So what are you doing with your life?" In a Christmassy room, and then when his dad goes, and when his son goes, "Oh, I don't know," and then he goes mental at it.
Yeah,
like, you need to take this seriously. And he's got Christmas decorations behind him. Like,
he's had a lot of concussions, Mick Foley, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Although my favourite recent clip of Mick Foley is just him. The reaction clip of him laughing at Vince McMahon taking the stunner.
Oh, yeah. He's ho-hoing, isn't he?
He's so funny. At the end of this episode, current point standings are: Ibs, you have 10 points. Danny, you have 11 points. And Chester, you have 12 points.
Oh, it's tight at the top.
So, thank you for listening to this week's episode. I've been Richard Wright. Join us next week for the second part of this two-header. And we will see you soon. Tell your friends, share it around, follow us on Instagram, join the Patreon. See you all soon. Thank you. Bye.